I'm Rob Percy, Chief Investment Officer at Cromwell Property Group. So when we identify an asset that we like, that fits our criteria, there are really three key parts of focus that before we go into any deal. The first one is focusing mostly on what is the cash flow that's generated from that asset. So it's driven by three things. Firstly is rent. So how are the rents going to grow? How are we going to fill vacancy that's in the building? How are we going to deal with lease expiries that are coming up so that we maintain a high level of occupancy and therefore rental profile? Then the costs of running that asset, outgoings, insurance, statutory rates and so on, how are they going to impact on the income, net profit that's going to come out of the building? And then what's quite important as well is CapEx. So what money do we need to spend to maintain the building, to improve the building, to spend on attracting tenants to our building? So we effectively come out with what is a cash flow. That cash flow is the main part of the investment return, typically for our investors, investing for yield. So the next part is capital gain. So what's the possibility of capital gain within that asset? So we're in there for income, we're in there for growth in the underlying capital. That's location, amenity, tenant demand, lots of sort of external environmental factors that go into then the ability to generate that gain over the life of the investment product. And the last thing is risk. So each of the assets we look at have potentially different risk. They may have leasing risk, they may have refurbishment risk, they may have repositioning risk. And so we look at what the risk is of that investment product, including leverage and the cost of that leverage. And then that helps us to determine which is the right target market for our investor base, because there are some investors that are more keen on less risk investments, that are more income focused, there are more that are more capital gain focused. So we like to target what that asset and therefore investment product, who that will suit.